Hello, guys. How's it going? Well, today is it's actually April 1st now, and this is not an April Fool's joke. I was gonna share my testimony, and the reason is because it's the end of March, and the reason March is special to me is because when I got saved, I don't remember the exact day, but I remember the day, if you understand what I mean. I remember the day, but I don't remember the date. But I think it was in March of 2004. And the reason that it's so special is because uh, today, see, I'm 38 years old, okay? In March 2004, I was 19 years old. Okay, I got saved when I was 19. Okay? 38 minus 19 is 19. So I've been saved as long as I've been not saved. Um, but I'm going to share my testimony with you because it's not because I'm special, um, but because God and my conversion, uh, miraculous conversion, just like anyone else who's been saved, it's miraculous. Uh, but this is what happened. So in college, well, let's rewind a little bit. When I was a young man, we went to like a community church. Okay, I I'm I'm guessing I heard the gospel, but I don't really remember, and I didn't really know what it was. But I had a nanny because my dad was an airline pilot. I had a nanny. I had many nannies, but one nanny, Barbara Leathers. She's passed on now, but and she's enjoying her time with Jesus right now. But she was vocal about her faith. She would actually talk about Jesus Christ as if she knew him, and that was my real awakening to the reality that Christ, God, is real. And there were times when I would read my Bible because I think she bought me one. I can't remember, but I think she bought me one. And but when I moved on, went to military school, um, and I need to just say something. This is probably not a good testimony for kids. If you're if you're a kid, you know, don't 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 listen. It's I'm not gonna be graphic, but I'm just saying. Um, so um, so anyway, um, when I when I got my own computer, I experienced the evils of the internet, uh, pornography, and a lot of piracy, of course, back then. You know, DVDs, free stuff, and I didn't really think anything of it. I just thought, when I go to college, I'm gonna get with the girls because I finally won't be under my dad's rule anymore. So I went to college, and that's what I did. And I'm gonna make this short as I can here. Um, so one day I was studying. I'm gonna be honest in this, okay? I was studying calculus in the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and this lady walks up to me, and she says, she's an Asian lady, and pretty small, pretty petite, and she says, "Do you want to study the Bible?" And like, I was like, sure. I was like, I thought I was gonna study with her, but she was smart. She got her husband to meet up with me, and we started Bible studies once a week for an hour. And I guess as time went on, I began to desire God, or desire uh, godliness. And um, the Bible studies were pretty intense. There's questions at the beginning, and I always had a hard time answering them. But eventually, I wanted to change. I didn't like my life. Um, of always trying to, get with the girls. And so I started making bets with my friends. I had some roommates, and I made some bets, and to try to stop sinning. And I couldn't do it. And they would print out pictures of PORN, and hide it in different places in my room, so that I would mess up. But eventually, one night, after coming home in my dorm room, I was just so sad that after I was just so sad that I kept failing. And so I think, yeah, the next morning it didn't go away, and I just kept apologizing. I just kept saying, "Sorry, God, sorry, God, sorry, God." And nothing happened. Now, I had my Bible, and now we had been studying the book of Genesis. So I hadn't really been exposed to much of the New Testament. Maybe a little bit, not much. I randomly opened my Bible. Okay? Now, I'm telling you, I just open it up, and my eyes just land on 1 Thessalonians 4, 3 through 5. Now, this is the NIV, okay? Um, so I'm gonna pull it up. Well, I and since that day I had remembered it. I have remembered it. Let me see if I can remember. Let me see if I can recall it. Okay, this is how I remember it. Okay, now I turned it to first person. I turned it to talking about me, so it's not the exact uh, scripture verse, but this is how I remember it. It is God's will that you would be sanctified, that you would avoid sexual immorality, that you would learn to control your body in a way that is holy and honorable, and not in passionate lust like the heathen who don't know God. Now, I'm going to read the actual verse here just for reference. 1 Thessalonians 4, 3 through 5. Okay. This is the NASB 95. For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that is, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that each of you know how to possess his own vessel in sanctification and honor, not in lustful passion, like the Gentiles who do not know God. So I randomly turned here, right? In this verse, it just hit me. I could not believe that God knew my struggles, my problem, not in lustful passion, like the heathen who don't know God. And that was me. Whether it was internet or just real life, that's exactly what it was. And I just fell on my knees. I just fell on my knees and I said, God, forgive me. And this part's gonna turn away a lot of people, but I'm just telling you what happened. I heard a voice like in my head. I don't know. I don't know if it was in my mind, but I just heard a voice that said, "You're clean." And I thought for a minute and I responded, "I don't believe you." Because I thought it was God talking to me. I said, "I don't believe you." Because I was so filthy. And then I heard it one more time. And he said, "You're clean." And I rose up, and a joy, a happiness came over me that I was forgiven of all my sins. And I just had this confirmation, this knowledge that I was forgiven. And that was the beginning. And I'm serious. I had a smile on my face for months. For months, because I couldn't believe that God would forgive me, someone so evil, of my sins. But he did. Now, get this. The next week, me and the lady's husband looked at John chapter 1. And this book was just coming alive to me. I read John 1:7. No. Let me. The verse which really struck out to me was John 1:29, where it says, "Behold, the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world." And I was like, this is it. This is the guy. This Jesus guy. He took away my sins. And I knew it was Jesus who saved me. And now I believe I was already converted at that point, but I just had a revelation that it was Jesus. And I just knew. And then the Bible started coming alive to me. I when we were reading John 1:7, he came as a witness to testify about the light, so that all might believe through him. Talking about John the Baptist. He was not the light, but he came to testify. He came as a witness to that light. Right? There was true light which coming into the world enlightens every man. So I just knew I gotta tell people. My goal is to be like John the Baptist. I'm not the light. Look, I'm not so special, but Jesus is so special. So that was my conversion. Now, piracy and stealing did not go away right away, but lost a lot of lust did. You know, it was still a struggle, but it was a forgiven struggle. But I didn't get convicted till piracy until when I was reading in the Bible. Ephesians 4:28. He who steals must steal no longer, but rather he must labor, performing with his own hands what is good, so that he will have something to share with one who has need. When I read that verse, I just knew I had to stop stealing. And so I think it was then that, and this is months later. I didn't really think about this sin until months later. But I got rid of all my piracy. I got rid of all my music that I had stolen, and all my pirated software except one. There was one pirated software that I did not get rid of because I used it for my job, but I didn't have the money. And then my channel is called God Chess Bible, right? Well, here's where the chess comes in. By the grace of God, I won a chess tournament, and I won $1,200, and I just knew. I knew what I had to do with that money. The program that I stole cost $1,000. So that's what I did. I paid for that software, and I was rejoicing because God, let me win that or whatever. But that's my testimony. That's how it began in 2004. 2004, and I've been saved for 19 years. Okay, I wish I was more sanctified than I am, but hopefully the next 19 years will be better. But I've been saved for 19 years, and I've been lost for 19 years. So I just hope you appreciate this testimony. I hope it wasn't in vain. God bless you. God bless your family. Go evangelize. If you know the Lord, what are you waiting for? Evangelize. Tell somebody. And it's not all smiling all the time, but that's okay, But anyway, all right. God bless you.